Alright, welcome to Old World Gaming. In a previous episode, I talked about the prices for the current Old World range. And one of the requests I had was, well, how much would it cost to put together a 2,000 point army? So I thought I'd have a look and do Orcs and Goblin tribes. I can't remember which tab that was now. Old World, Orcs and Goblins. So there's a few kind of things. I imagine if you're just starting out and either it's your first army or you just want to build a new army for Orcs and Goblins, then there's probably a few kind of basic things to get. So it would make the most sense to start with a battalion box set for Orcs and Goblins. So you get 31 Orcs, 40 common Goblins, and 2 chariots. So that seems to me to be the best starting point. That's certainly where I would go. So what I'll do is we'll put a 2,000 point army together. This is oldworldbuilder.com. And yeah, so we'll start with those and then go from there. So 31 orcs is a bit weird. Where are they, orcs? But why not? You can hear my mouse clicking because I don't have access to my microphone right now. So I'm just recording with my with the microphone on my laptop. Okay, so we'll make it 31. We can always change it. I potentially might make a character out of the spare guy if I was getting a box set. I feel like additional hand weapons is what I would go for, but then, I mean, to be honest, it's quite arbitrary for this because you could go for any of the options. You can make them however you want. So there we go. So I think that's pretty standard. So that gives us our first unit. The goblins, I would probably go. Where are they? Goblins. I reckon I would just take them all in one big unit. So the benefit of taking goblins in a big unit is they've got horde, which means they get an additional rank bonus on top of normal troops. So they can get +3 rank bonus instead of +2. And warband is excellent. It gives them additional leadership. So it would make sense to put a goblin character in that unit. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter actually. What's the champion? Oh, it doesn't say it on here. It says it up here. Goblin boss is leadership 6, so he's going to be leadership 9 because warband gives them +1 leadership per rank. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're already going to be leadership 9. It still might be quite fun to put a goblin character in there as well. We'll have to see. Again, depending on what you want to do, you could make a goblin character out of one of the guys in the box. So in this box set, what you'll find is these guys are all multi-part miniatures, so you can basically make them however you like. So the heads, the bodies, the legs, all the arms are separate. I might show some sprues down here somewhere. No, it doesn't show any sprues on these guys, or not in this box. I guess it's probably in the individual boxes. But yeah, so you can mix and match the bits to make characters up. Like the champion here. Well, the champion for this box set, the sprue here, was a later addition to this box set, and this guy was designed with gear to make him look like a general for the 6th edition box set. So actually he basically looks like a Black Orc. He's got like a Black Orc head, and he's got the extra armor. The weapons and gauntlets as well are the same style as the metal Black Orcs that they brought out for 6th edition. So yeah, so he's got all the gear to make him look like a character. anyway. But enough of that. Where were we? So yes, so we've got 40 goblins and 31 orcs plus a couple of chariots. So where are chariots? Orc war chariots. It's up to you. You could, so one of these orcs, if you wanted, if you just only want 30 in your unit, or even if you wanted 29, then you could up your crew members on your chariots if you wanted. That's an option as well. I don't think we're going to give them any additional options though. Just take them as the basic chariots. So that's our battalion basically. We needed another core unit. So what can we get that's a core unit? Oh, Wolf Riders, are they core? Clicking the wrong tabs again. What are our core option? Wolf Riders. I'm quite tempted by Wolf Riders. It's quite good to have a fast unit that can just go around the back and take out like war machines and stuff. That's certainly an option. I mean, Black Orcs. I definitely want Black Orcs, and I quite want Boar Boys. So we've got a few things we want to put in. I might come back to core and see, although it's probably going to be Wolf Riders. But although actually saying that, Black Orcs might be core. If you take a Black Orc general, Black Orc war boss. Let's have a look. I don't think it says on here actually. Unless it's all the boys is. Yeah, you have to. So you have to include one. If it's if you've got one in your, if you've got a Black Orc boss, you have to have a Black Orc unit. I feel like we're happy to do that. Ah yes, here we go. Black Orc mob. Right. So let's take a Black Orc war boss. So Black Orc war boss. Oh, I don't know why I clicked that. I meant to click this. Black Orc war boss. He is definitely the general. Full plate armor, nice. King's shield. I reckon we put him on a wyvern because wyverns are awesome. Now, I'm a big fan of Battle Axe of the Last Big War. If you don't know what that does, this is D6 extra attacks in the combat phase, which is ridiculous. If you roll a 6, it runs out of power, but you do get the 6. But that's the last turn you can use it. But that's still amazing. Requires 2 hands and strikes well, so shield can still be used for shooting attacks. But there we go. I love it. I think it's amazing. Battle Axe of the Last Big War. Maybe the Ed button app. I can't remember what the Thinking Orcs app does. He doesn't care about that. Initiative? No, because he's got Strike Last. Yeah. I'm struggling to remember now. On Strike Last, you don't get any initiative bonus, do you? I think it just removes it. Right, we can actually have a look, can't we? Let's just see what it says. Before other modifiers are applied. That's really interesting. Okay, fine. I'm not sure I was completely aware of that. Oh yeah, I guess I must have been. Yeah, because charging with a great weapon means you're more than likely to strike first anyway. Yeah, so that's fine. So, I mean, he's initiative 1 plus a charge of 3. He's probably going to strike first anyway, so that's fine. But you could give him that to make him initiative 5, and that's not bad actually. But I probably prefer the Ed button out and get an additional attack, basically impact hits with AP2. I quite like that. Oh wait, is there? I don't think we can afford any. Which one of these is it that gives you a ward save? That's magic resistance. Luckstone is just a save, isn't it? Like reroll single failed armor save. He can't take a shield, or he can't use it in combat anyway, so not at the same time. And that doesn't give him a ward save, does it? No. It just means his armor save he always gets. So I think... I mean, I don't even know why I'm spending so much time on this. It makes barely any difference to how many models you're going to buy. Right, okay. So that's the Black Orc War Boss on a Wyvern. It's the key thing. He's a War Boss on a Wyvern. Right, we don't need to spend that much time on him. Oh, I thought he was 643 points. No, I thought that was a lot of points. Now, I do like casting Foot of Gork, and I think it's only fair. If we're doing 2,000 points, we can get a level 4. He's not the general. Level 4 wizard. Probably be on foot. Yeah, he can go on foot with the orcs actually, or the black orcs. I've just assumed I'm getting black orcs. Oh, I have to have black orcs, of course. Man, he could go on a wyvern. Wild magic. Yeah, I don't know what kind of magic items he wants. Oh, Staff of Badoom, that always used to be good. What does it do these days? +3 to cast, nice. And he blows up occasionally. It's basically suffers a string of risks, so normal template rules, Sanct 6, AP -1, Staff is then destroyed, it can't be used again. So it's basically going to kill anything he's in base contact with. How close do you have to be for a shaman to get his be near orcs? Which one is it? Law of Gork? Mob Rule? What's the one? Is it Mob Rule? Ah, yes, it's this one. They have to join a unit to get +1 modifier to their casting rolls. Although, he doesn't actually need that because he's level 4. So, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe he could have the Staff of Badoom and just not be too close to people. But then if he... So, he would want to be within 3 inches. But if he's within 3 inches... He could be like 3 inches away, because that's 2.5 inches, right? From the center of the blast template. So long as he's, well, about 2.5 inches away, he'll be alright, and it'll only him who takes the hit, and he's got 3 wins. And then he'll still get his, he can't be targeted. So, yeah, maybe Staff of Badoom's fine. He's having the Staff of Badoom. And that'll probably do, to be honest. Unless... I mean, I do like a lore familiar, but can't afford that as well. Oh, really? 55 because it's an arcane item? Yeah, okay, it's an arcane item. Fine, that'll do. I can't bother to give him anything else. Okay, great. So, that's our shaman. I did say we would take a goblin character. Let's have a goblin war boss, just to go in the unit. I feel like he needs. Which magic items? 1 + 1 hit 1. Boom. And you know what? Let's make him just annoying. Let's make him really hard to kill. Try trousers. I feel like, is that 5+ regeneration? Even better. And armor by 1. Oh, nice. Very good. Oh yeah, he's great. And can we get something? We can get him a shield. What is this? So this type of armor, the extremely common, means you can take it in addition, right? So blah blah blah. Purchase alongside other magic items from the same category. Let's get him a shield. Let's just make this goblin annoyingly hard. Wallop was 1-hit wonder. Trollhide trousers, and then enchanted shield. I feel like enchanted shield will probably do the job. What's that? 6+ ward save. I'm tempted by that, to be honest. That'll probably do. And then he's got a 5+. He'll have a decent armor save. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. What's his... We could have the armor of meteoric iron as well. What? I can only have light armor. You know what? Why not? Armor of meteoric iron, the enchanted shield, trollhide trousers, one of us 1-hit wonder. How many points is that? That's only 85 points worth of magic items, and he's got what? His 5+ save can't be increased in any way, right? Can't be improved in any way. Fine. So he's got a 5+, which kind of makes his shield not useless, but I don't know. I don't care enough to worry about it right now. I could just give him no point in having the armor of meteoric iron. We might as well just have light armor to go with enchanted shield and have the same armor save. sure it can be modified, but I don't really care that much. Okay, I was going to give him a great weapon, but he's got the armor for me to carry him. Not the armor for me to carry him. Wallopers one hit wonder. Right. Okay, that's pretty good. We've got our boss on a wyvern, our general on a wyvern, to just do some epic hitting. Got our shaman for some of Gork fun, probably. He's level 4, more likely than not he's going to get some good stuff. Goblin war boss to go in the goblin mob and actually make them really hard. Like orcs, what do they have warband? They have warband as well. Okay, fine. 7, they'll have 8, 9. Do they have horde? No, but they'll be leadership 9 with their warband roll. It's just, everything's crazily good. Okay, we do need to take a unit of Black Orcs. I think you get 20 Black Orcs in the box. I'm pretty sure that's 20. Yeah, you get 5, yes you do, 20. 20 Black Orcs, beautiful, and we'll give them the things. Boss, standard, musician. Stubborn is particularly useful. I do not remember what. Reroll any failed leadership test is very, very good. Okay, yes, so for Black Orcs you have to decide what weapons they all get. Now, if I recall, as long as the majority of the units got shields, they get their shield bonus from, like, shooting. So, if we make, like, 11 guys with shields, and then 9 guys with 2 weapons, how strong are these guys? Strength 4, aren't they? Strength 4. I mean, wow, they've got choppers, right? What do choppers do these days? They could use choppers and shields. Reroll to wounds of 1, but I'd much rather get an extra attack. Improves AP as well. Oh, that's not horrendous. I don't know. I feel like my fighty guys want to have additional weapons, and then some guys with shields just to make the unit slightly more survivable. They've got full plate armor these days. That is incredible. So 3+ armor save from shooting. I mean, I'm happy with that. Okay, so yes, that's our core units and special units. Now, it'd be rude not to get giant, because giants are awesome. And then that leaves what, just under 300 points. We do need some cavalry, I think. These guys are, orc war chariots are very good. They're what? Strength 5, impact hits. They're heavy chariots, so they get +1 to their size. -2. I just went back. Orc war chariot. Yeah, they're a chariot. What does it say about impact hits? Scythe wheels, strength 5. I don't remember. But they get D6 +1 impact hits because they're heavy chariots. Oh, impact hits right there. D6 +1. So yeah, very good. 2 units of two of those going in. You're on average 2d6 roll is 7 +2 because you've got 2 chariots. So you're gonna kill like 9 guys probably. Did impact hits get a? Oh yeah, we just saw the side wheels makes it -2, right? I think side wheels was -2 AP. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so like 9 impact hits at strength 5. Your average opponent's toughness 3. So you're wounding on 2s. This is an average roll is 9. Wounding on 2s, which is basically all of them. Okay, 7 or 8. But that's an entire front rank gone. So you're basically not getting any attacks back. You're winning that combat without too much effort at all. So yeah, there we go. I think that's good. Okay, so the reason I was thinking about that is you've got one hard hitting unit. They can. I say unit, but I would run those two together basically, hence the calculation. And they can like go down a flank or something. Plus you've got the war boss on the wyvern with the battle axe of the last war. So war boss has got 4 attacks normally, 4 attacks plus d6 attacks. So somewhere between 5 and 10 attacks. Plus he's on a wyvern. So a wyvern gets 3 attacks, one of which is the venomous tail, I think. Stomp attacks as well, so an extra d3 attacks. So it's got 6 attacks essentially, almost. It causes terror. That is very good, because if you can combine, if you get the wyvern in the side of a unit with the orcs or the goblins in the front, when you win a combat, if you outnumber your enemy 2 to 1, then you lose the middle option, fall back in good order, and it reverts essentially back to classic Warhammer break tests. Yeah, they don't get any fallback in good order result. Is just a break and flee result if you outnumber your opponent 2 to 1 in a combat that you've won. So that's very good. If you get a terror-causing creature in there, their leadership goes down by 1 as well. So that's an excellent combo, and we can do the same with the giant as well. So the giant will be comboing with one of these big units, and the war boss and the wyvern with another big unit, and then you'll make stuff flee quite well. At least that's my thinking anyway. The black orcs are just hard. So yeah, I feel like that's a pretty decent game plan. So the question is, do we go for boar boys or wolf riders? Now I think wolf riders probably, because we don't have anything specifically for dealing with war machines. The wyvern's going to be far too busy to worry about war machines, so I feel like that's the wolf riders' jobs. So you get 15 in the box. 15, yeah, they can have all the things. Hand weapons, shields and cavalry spears, or hand weapons and short bows. They probably don't need cavalry spears. They can skirmish, and skirmish will be fine. I'm tempted to give them bows. Again, not that it matters actually. What's reserve move do? Does that mean they can come on whenever they want? Message charge. Oh, wait, no. I have not used a unit with reserve move. I think this is the one that I wanted to find out what units have it. So unless it charged, marched or fled during the movement phase, a unit in which the majority of the models have this special rule may make a reserve move at the end of the shooting phase. After all shooting has been resolved, a unit making a reserve move moves as described in basic movement rules. It may maneuver more normally but cannot march. So you can run forwards into like short range or something, loose off some arrows, and then run away a bit. So either out of range or behind some cover or something like that. And these guys are movement 9. That's a cool ability. I'm taking that. What does Fame Flight do? Automatically rallies at the end of the move. Now that is very cool also. Particularly if you don't have any ranks. Do you get rank bonus when you're running away? I don't know. I approve of this as well. Oh, I'm light armor. Okay. We have spent most of our points looking at it. 50 points left. I don't know. 50 points, you can probably spend that on some magic items if we wanted to. If we tried hard. Oh, you know what? Let's make it. We could get rid of one of these wolf riders and make a character with one of the spare with the spare guy. So we can't afford. Can we afford? No, it'll have to be a smaller one on a wolf. How many points is that? We got like 20 points left. It's definitely not the general. Sure, you can have a spear, light armor, shield. He doesn't get the option of a bow. No, he doesn't want a bow anyway. Running. It doesn't. I might need running cry. I don't know, just give him something magic. What's he got? 12 points. 12, what can you get for 12 points? Yeah, anything? Not even a sword of striking. Charmed shield. Potion of speed. What does that do? The bearer, the model. Oh, it's initiative. I don't know. I thought it was gonna. I thought it was gonna give like extra movement or something. Yeah, that would be too much to ask for, I think. You can't even get ahead by that. What's this? Blah blah blah. This Night Goblin characters only. Okay, fine. It doesn't want anything anyway. Okay, cool. I mean, that's fine. We've got 12 points left. I'm sure if I tried really hard, I could spend those 12 points on something. But right now, I don't feel the need to. We've got basically a 2,000 point army. So, let's have a look and see what we need. I guess we'll start at the top. So Black Orc War Boss on a Wyvern. So now, I need a calculator, don't I, to work all this out, or at least some. No, I can just put it in my cart. Do I have anything in my? This is what I thought. Find out. No, I don't want to go into my cart. It's got all my details and address and stuff like that. That's not something I need to be sharing on the internet today. Okay, so let's have a look. So you've got the Orc War Boss on Wyvern. Now I actually do really like the boss on top. Why haven't they given him his shield? That's weird. The Wyvern, I mean, yeah, it's all right. Now what I do like is this bad boy. This guy is awesome. So my son, I got it for my son for like Christmas or birthday one time, and it's amazing. So this is what I would buy if I was getting an orc on a Wyvern. Now we put him on the Arachnarak base, and we were it was before Old World came out. We were using it for 6th edition, and it was fine. So yeah, so we put him on the Arachnarak base. However, I reckon he could probably just about fit on a chariot base. So up to you what you go for, and you can buy all of those from Games Workshop anyway. So I'd go for that guy. I definitely didn't think about how to write this down. Notes. Here we go. That's convenient. Right. So Wyvern. Here we go. Wyvern. I'm going to say. I mean, that's between 50 to 80 quid, depending on what you want. So yeah, so there you go. Oh, is that the? That's my heading. I know how to use notes. I don't. I've never used it before. Okay, 2,000 point Orc and Goblin army. There we are. Oh, that says 200. I can spell. So. Wyvern is 50 to 80, depending on what you fancy. I'll put that variance in, that's fine. Okay. Level 4 Wizard. Now, I thought I had all the others loaded up. I am a big fan of this guy. I think his name's like Nazgob. Was he from Idol of Gork? I feel like he was. I think he came out in the 5th edition Idol of Gork set. I just really like that one. The other ones, I just don't like this guy particularly all that much. It could be because he's ripped all his teeth out and hung them on his belt instead. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of him. And these are 2750 anyway. And this guy just, I don't know. I mean, I'm a fan of that guy. That's the guy I would get. And there's not many other shaman options, but I mean that's pretty standard. So where'd my note go? Here it is. So let's go shaman, 9 quid. There we are. Shema. Okay, what's next on our list? Goblin War Boss, which I will make out of a plastic one. Goblin Big Boss coming out of a wolf. So there we go. So those guys are all accounted for. So these, the orcs, the goblins, and the chariots are the battalion kit. So battalion. How many battalion. I can't remember how many elves are in battalion. That is 100 and well, yeah, we know what that covers. Orcs, goblins, chariots. There we go. Fine, you can add a capital. 2 times chariots, 40 times, wow, yeah, 40 times, and 31 times orcs. There we go. So actually, let's call this 39 goblins, and we'll add on another layer for goblin war boss. There we go. Cool, right, so that's got that lot. That's the wrong tab. Let me get rid of that. Let me put that back up here. What was I looking for? This. Okay, no I wasn't. I was looking for this. Black Orcs are next. So, 4750 for the Black Orcs. Black Orcs. 4750. I guess we can 20 times Black Orcs. What's next? Goblin Riders, which are Goblin Wolf Riders. Where are they? 3750 for the Wolf Riders. That's the wrong place. War Boss on Wolf and 14 Goblin Wolf Riders. I forgot what 3750. What it was? 3750. Yeah. 3750. Now I've just realised, obviously, I'm doing UK prices because I'm in the UK. So yeah, I don't know what these would be in other locations. But you can do this same exercise. Feel free to use the same list as I'm using because I think I quite like this list. Okay, what's after the Wolf Riders? The chariots are accounted for. It's just the giant. Now the giant, obviously, you've got some options. You've got this guy, who's very cool. I like this guy a lot. But I spotted this guy's come out. Also very, very cool. And then the other thing is, there's these guys. It says temporary out of stock, but they'll come back in stock. And these actually do come with a square base. Because it's part of the sprue rather than a separate space. Now, I'd probably go for this one. Would I? I mean, I don't really know. I own all the giants anyway. I don't own these guys. I'd quite like to get one of them at some point. But yeah, I think if I was just starting Warhammer, then I'd go for this guy. Reason being, all these guys are metal, and they do require, it says expert kit. I don't know why the other one doesn't say expert kit. In fact, that's another factor for this guy. I think it's appropriate they call them expert kits these days because if you're new to the hobby, they are considerably more difficult to assemble than plastic miniatures. Back when everything was metal, you kind of got used to building metal stuff. But even then, I had friends who struggled to build metal models. So yeah, probably my suggestion, in fact I think the best suggestion would be to go for one of the plastic ones. And they've got tons of different options. You can customize them. You can make like 4 different types of giants out of the one thing. So I think this is an excellent kit. So I'd go for that. So I'm going to put 4250, but obviously you can give or take. Clicking on the wrong buttons again. So giant 4250. So there we go. So this is my recommendation for a 2,000 point army for someone who wants to start Orcs and Goblins. And if you go for this guy, instead of the other wyvern. I know it's a bit more expensive, but it's massive and epic. This is a million times better than the other wyvern. I do have the other wyvern. I don't have this one. Like I say, my son has this one. I do want this one because it is awesome, and you get a whole bunch of different options for your rider on top, which again you don't get with the metal one, and the metal one is tiny compared to this. So that would be my recommendation. But again, do what you will with that. So I'm going to put it at the more expensive cost here of 80 quid. You know what? Let's have a look and see how much a base is as well for this guy. If I can find it, it's over here somewhere. Old World bases and accessories. So this is the one that I've put him on. Now that is not regulation size. What size is a wyvern meant to come on? Does it tell us in here? It may not tell us in here. It's basically a chariot base of some sort. 50 by 100. So there you go. Now I don't know if it'll. I think it probably would fit on 50 by 100 just because it's got. Oh, I've got rid of the tab now. So whatever size base you choose to put it on, it's going to be about a fiver basically. So yeah, these three bases are the same size as this one base basically. But I think it would fit is just like wings would poke out the side loads. But so that's up to you. He fits very comfortably on this, but there is plenty of space. I thought there'd be a 60 by 100. Oh, there it is. So this one might be a better option. They're the same price anyway, so it's up to you. I mean, I would probably put them on that and just not care that I was 10 mil over. Or like I say, we use this one and also do not care. So it's up to you. But I would probably, if I was doing it again, now that Old World's out, I'd probably use that size base. So I'll chuck 4 quid on for his base as well. Oh, this is not even the right bit. I'm looking for this. So let's call it 84. Wyvern plus base. There we go. Just so we've got all of the monies on here. Right, let's work this out. Let's find a calculator. Okay, so what do we got? 84 plus 9 plus 100 plus 4750 plus 3750 plus 4250 equals £320.50. So there you go. It's up to you. It depends on your budget as to if you think that's reasonable. You can make a decent army with just the battalion set. As I've mentioned before, you've got all the bits to make war bosses, to make some characters in there. So it depends on your budget as to how you feel about that price. But I don't think that's horrendous, to be honest. So yeah, 2,000 points. My recommendation would be go for that if you want to do an Orc and Goblin army. £320.50. Now, if you go to somewhere like a third party, you will, for most of, in fact, we've gone for fairly basic items here. So most of them will stock basically everything there. Particularly as we've gone for we didn't go for the made to order for the Wyvern and the Giant. So you get 20% off of that. So assuming you get 20% off, that will mean this is going to be 80%. So 320 times by 0.8, that'll be 80%. About 250 quid. So it would make sense. That's certainly what I would do. So you get somewhere between 10 and 20%. So you're going to get between 30 to 60 quid off on average going to a third party retailer. So places like Wayland Games, Element Games, those kind of things. And yeah, so that would be that again. That makes it loads better. Now there is there is a price rise coming up as well. So as it stands, you're looking about, what do we say, 320 quid. About 320 quid from Games Workshop, and then about 256, let's just say that, 256, third party. Ish, there we go, because it varies. Some places do like 10, 15, 20. I think there's quite a few third-party retailers that do 20% off of all of these kits, apart from maybe that Shaman, but he's 9 quid, so I think you get over that. So yes, there we go. So I think that's very good prices. And let's have a look. There was an article, this one, somewhere here. I saw this came out and I briefly flicked through it. Here we go. Price change in most countries, average will go up 3%. As an example, we expect Spot of Necro Warriors goes up 2 quid from 50 to 52. So the biggest increase is going to be like the battalion that will go up to like 103 quid, right? If it's 3% of 5, it's probably going to be like 104, 105 quid. So you're probably looking like an extra 10 or 20, I don't know. 30 goes to 31.50. Oh, yeah, and there's euros as well. Oh, wait, those are dollars. I see. 30 goes to 31.50. So it's an extra like £1.50 for that. But yeah, so the price will go up a little bit, but it won't be much different to this. I don't think you're looking a couple of quid for most of these boxes. So you're looking at an extra somewhere between 10 and 20 quid. So yeah, there we go. All right, so there we are. That's my recommendation for a 2,000 point Orc and Goblin army. Obviously, tweak it as you like. But if you're just starting, if this is the first things for your Orc and Goblin army, whether it's because you're new to the hobby or because you just fancy getting a new army, and if you're particularly looking for a 2,000 point army, there's my suggestion. Realistically, I would just buy what you think looks cool. So yeah, that, to be honest, that's the best way. Certainly for me, that's the best way to play, is whatever you think looks cool, buy the things that look cool, and worry about making an army afterwards. And that's the most fun, because you can start with just start by playing 500 point games or something. So buy yourself a battalion, maybe, and that gives you 500 point army. We work like straight away, that's a 500 point army. And then you can just buy the stuff that you like. So some Black Orcs are awesome. Love some Black Orcs. A giant is awesome. So you can work up from there. Basically, in 1,000 points, you can have a giant. So you could have your battalion and a unit of Black Orcs. Let's have a quick look at this. So if you wanted to, as a way of starting, start off with the battalion, that gives you 500 points. Your giant is another 200 points, and that's a quarter. No, it's not a quarter. It's less than a quarter of 1,000 points. You could have an 800 point army, and you can fit a giant in. And there, what's the limitations on a giant? It doesn't say anything there. I don't know if that means there are or not. Yeah, so you could do 800 points and have a giant in it. So you could have your 31 orcs, your 40 goblins. You can use one of those guys as your general if you want to, or use the goblin as your general. And 2 chariots, a giant. That's 700 points, and then a boss. Right. So that's your 800 points right there. So yeah, start off with a battalion. Get yourself your 500 points. Giant gives you 800 points, and then whatever you fancy next to take it up to 1,000, and just go from there. Really, that would be my again a recommended approach, is just buy the stuff that looks cool. If you particularly want a route to do it, this is a good route. Start with your battalion, and then just start adding stuff that you think looks cool. But yeah, there we go. That's how I would approach it. And yeah, hopefully that's been interesting. And yeah, thanks for watching.